Spade back here with you, High Noon Leatherworks, for another leather adventure. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and we're going to be doing some power burnishing. Normally I do all my burnishing by hand with hand burnishing tools like this or similar to that. I went online the other day and looked at a power burnishing tool that kind of reminded me of a bench grinder type machine, but on the ends it had different widths of wood that was round, so you could use those grooves for burnishing leather, but a little out of my price range, a little pricey for me for as much as I would use it. So what I did was put my little thinking cap on and took off and went to the local flea market and hunted around, and today's video is on what I found, and it actually works. So I've been using it quite a bit. I thought I'd share it in today's video. So come on in and let's get started. Alright, so I've got a holster here. This is inside the waistband holster that I'm actually going to do a video on, probably the one after this video goes up, that is going to have the spring clip in it. So I'll show you how to do that, but I'm going to burnish this. So first thing I want to do before I get into showing you what I've been doing for power burnishing is take my sponge, and I'm just wringing the water out of it because I just want it to be moist, and I'm going to, just like I would hand burnishing, I'm going to moisten the edges of the holster, and you can do this for any leather project. And I'm also going to do the piece of leather that will hold the clip. The spring clip. So just get that damp. We'll let that sit for a second. Let it kind of come back to its natural color before we start our burnishing. And what I've done is I came up with a cordless power drill, and it is 2-speed. It has a slow speed and a fast speed, 1 and 2. And I went to my local flea market and I got looking around, and there was a booth there that sold a bunch of household items, and most of it was bolts, nuts, washers, screws. Then they had a big bin full of brand new drawer knobs. So I started rooting around in there, and I found all these different knobs. They were very cheap. I think maybe 50 cents a piece or something. They were really cheap. And I've got some metal ones. This one's brass. Those are pretty heavy. Then I got one that's a little darker wood. I'm not sure what kind of wood that is, but the reason it interested me is because it's got this small groove. If I can get it in the picture here, it's got this small groove in it right here. So for lighter, a little bit thinner leather, this would be great. And I've used it. It works really good. The metal ones, I've tried them. I'm not a big fan. just number one, they're so heavy on the end of the drill. You know, they'll work, but the wood seems to work a lot better. Now you can see on this one, this is a plain Jane drawer knob. It's got a wider curved slot here than the other one does, and you can see with all the discoloration on it, I've been using this one quite a bit. So this one tends to be my favorite. And what I did was I just got in my, you can see these aren't even the same type of screw or anything. I just got in my junk screw bin and started messing around to see if I could find a screw that fit through there. This one is like a kitchen cabinet type mounting screw, and I just screwed it in through the hole in the back and let it come out the top of the drawer knob, and that fits right in my drill. So I'll lock that in there, make sure it's spinning to the right or clockwise so it doesn't unlock my drill. That's the one I like to use the most. Then I found this disc. I'm not even sure what this is for. But I found this disc also, and it's got a nice big groove in it. And I found this after I found my favorite knob that I've been using. So I haven't tried this yet, but I think it'd work really well too because of the groove. The thinner leather would fit right in that groove, so be easy to follow. So you can use just about anything, just kind of give you an idea. And then I like to use mine on a higher speed. And again, it's not so much the pressure that you're putting on it, but it's the speed. Just like when you're hand burnishing, you know, it's more the speed than it is putting hard pressure on it. So once this starts coming back to its natural color, I'll put this down at an angle that's very simple for me to hold the drill, and you can hold it upright if you'd like, however is comfortable for you. Then I actually can move the drill or the piece, either one. And you can see how quick, you see that nice gloss I got on there? That's how quick you can put that on there. And you talk about saving time and effort from burnishing, especially if you're doing a lot in a day. That really saves a lot of time and effort. Again, I'm not putting any pressure really to speak of other than just having it touch the leather. Makes it real easy to go around the corners. Again, I found that the speed is the key. It does, seems for me anyway, it does a lot better at the higher rotating speed. And that's that whole piece. You can see that nice gloss it puts on there, and it does make that edge nice and hard and round. So like I said, you can experiment with those different types. Again, I'm not crazy. The metal ones do work, but I'm not crazy about them because they're so heavy, and that if you're doing it for a while, it does kind of tend to make you waver a little bit on the drill, unless you kept the drill upright and kept it flat on its base. But then basically you have to move your piece. So it's however you want to do it. Let's go ahead and hit this. Excuse me. Let's see what this does. That's another thing, on inside corners, rounded corners, it does great. Those are kind of hard to get to sometimes, and I'll show you how well it does on that here in just a second. So there's that edge. You can see how nice a job it did on that. But look at that inside corner, rounded corner. How hard and shiny that is. Does a great job on that. And I accidentally turned my switch and started turning backwards, and you can see how it wanted to come out. So I'll lock that back in, make sure I'm on clockwise. You might be able to see that burnishing actually come to life as I'm doing it right there. So much quicker and easier than doing it by hand. Now when you're done, if there was a little spot you wanted to touch up by hand, it'd make it really easy to finish up. So there's the finished edge. You can see that really well right there off of that light. So it does a great job of putting that nice hard rounded shined edge on there. And it's cheap. Like I said, these were only like 50 cents or $1 a piece at the flea market. So I hope that helped you out. I know it saved me a ton of time and effort, and it saved me a lot of money by not having to go out and purchase a power burnisher. If you go online, look it up. Just Google power leather burnisher and see what pops up. And like I said, the one I was looking at, I want to say it was around $300 to $500, something in that range. And that to me, that's a lot of money to invest in something I'm not going to use every single day. So this works great for me. You might try it, see what you think. Again, it's cheap, it's easy, it's quick, saves you a ton of time and effort. So if you feel like try it, see how it works for you. Thanks again for coming and sharing this video with me. I appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're getting real close to 1,000 subscribers, and that's my next goal. So thanks for coming along, sharing. Hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when I put up new videos. And if most of you that are subscribed probably know, I put up a video every Thursday at 12:01 a.m. So come and check them out. I appreciate it. Please, as I always say, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.